good, everybody? What's good? How's everybody doing this morning? It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Going over to the website, like I always tell you, get some merch from www.drinkbigdrip.com. Get yourself the EST. This is the new EST established 2023 Big Drip sweatshirt. Go ahead and get that, y'all. Hit the QR code on the back if you're interested. That's a real nice one. Double plush, real soft, real soft. I'm hoping you guys are having a fantastic what? February 14th, 2025. It's Valentine's Day. Love, 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 love. Hope you guys can hear me. I hope everything's good. Let me go ahead and get the rest of these mics up and everything. See, my mic ain't even on. I'm all excited. How you guys doing today? How you guys doing today? Let's get it in. We got a lot of stories to cover today. The clip is totally full. It's totally full. I'm talking about from politics to theft to billionaire lawsuits. We got so much to cover today, but you already know, guys, like I always tell you, you couldn't win anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. And like I said, happy Valentine's Day to all of the women, all of the fellas, everybody out there under the sound of my voice. Let me ask you a question. Fellas, y'all got that money ready for later? You got the roses ready for right now when she wakes up in the morning? Let me know what your plan is and what you got going on for your loved one if you have a significant other. Women, let me ask you a question. Are you planning on going out tonight? Do you expect this guy here to have you a nice gift ready? Let me know what you guys did. I know y'all want a nice present today. Y'all not just looking for the regular kiss on the cheek or whatever. If you get those roses in the morning, she's looking for a gift later too, fellas, just to pre-warn you. So I hope everybody is having a fantastic morning today. Let's get what we got to get out the way. Let's wake up the pores. Let's wake up the pores. Let's wake up the pores. I always tell you guys, this is for me more than you. Wake them up, shake the arms out, get the blood flowing. Why? Because we woke up another day and we want to be thankful to God that he gave us another one, because we could have problems later. But the fact of the matter is we still here to fight through those problems. So we good. All of us are good today. Glad you guys are here with me. And also, I'm hoping that you have like I said, a good Valentine's Day, because it might be a Valentine's weekend. Some of you guys might be planning on going somewhere. So let me know what's going on with that. Just want to make sure I get every opening out there. Valentine's Day, talk about the bottom line where we're at right now. Thank you guys for checking in. I also want to make sure that, like I always tell you, let me know where you're checking in from so I can shout you out, as well as do some research from where you're at so I can make sure that we include your neighborhood, your state, city, country inside some of the content. I like to stay well-rounded so all of us have part in the conversation. Thank you for the like. Let's just keep those going as well. Happy Valentine's Day from Detroit, Michigan. I hope you guys ain't cold out there, because in New York, it is freezing out here. For real, for real. It is cold out here. It is real cold. But like I told you guys, we got a lot to cover today. We got a full clip. So you know what I'm gonna say. Let's get into it. Let's go, y'all. Let me make sure I turn this header around. Can't forget about the small stuff, because you guys need to see this better than I do. If I read it backwards, who cares? I'll be able to figure it out. As long as you guys can see it, that's the main part. So keep on coming in, y'all. Keep on checking in. We got a big show today because we have so much to cover. We got a 12 clip, and we got a lot that's pertaining to what? Everything that's on the header right here. So let's get into it. We got Tish James. You already know she's the AG for New York. We've got Kathy Joku Hoku. That's the governor of New York. President Trump looking like he's just spewing at them like, just keep them away from me. And all of us, and then on his side, we've got Tom Homan, who is the border czar, Kayleigh McEnany, who is basically a reporter reporting on some real big news that we have a break on. And then we have some information from who? None other than Vladimir Putin out in Russia. So all of the headings definitely come back into the titles. And we have the main title being what? The main title here is Trump's $20 billion lawsuit. What $20 billion lawsuit are you talking about, Bugatti? Trump has a $20 billion lawsuit out right now against Paramount. And they're looking to probably cash out and get him out of here with that and let him go ahead and get part of that probably in a settlement. But that's going to be a pretty big settlement if he does win. I know you guys are interested in that. We got that in the content, so let's just keep on going. It says Trump's $20 billion lawsuit, where CBS and Paramount still on the line after a judge okays the ruling. CBS and Paramount basically tried to get the judge to throw out the lawsuit. The judge said no and said it had standing, and now it's going to be going through. So it looks like Trump's $20 billion case against Paramount may be seeing a courthouse soon. And the last story that we have up on the header, which is USAID hearing turns physical after protesters riot. Yes, there was a hearing yesterday, and they were talking about where the aid's supposed to be going. A lot of officials had a lot of pushback. And of course, sometimes where there's pushback, people want to get physical. And they did yesterday. Physical in more than one clip that we have today too. We got some action today. I'm gonna tell you guys I'm cheating because we got a fully loaded clip. And I know when we got a good show because I can just tell by the content what we got lined up here. So without any further ado, let me get you guys into the first story where Kayleigh McEnany is talking about the big win for President Trump, where the judge said it's okay for him to give up the money and the bonuses. I'm talking about the retirement monetary for all of the government workers who he gave severance pay to. It was already stamped by a judge. The judge said, hey, you know what? You guys can go do that. It's legal. So this is what that's about. Again, this is a big win for President Trump. What do you guys think about this? Let's keep it going.
Judge has ruled that his buyout offers for federal workers can move forward. Now, the White House is reacting with this, quote, "This Boston buyout ruling is the first of many legal wins for the president. The court dissolved the injunction due to a lack of standing. This goes to show that lawfare will not ultimately prevail over the will of 77 million Americans who supported President Trump and his priorities." Now, the buyout specifically is a key part of President Trump and DOJ's efforts to reshape the government workforce. Fox has confirmed that the roughly 75,000 federal employees who have already accepted the buyout section represents about 3% of the federal workforce. This is a big win, Jason. It's short of what the administration was wanting. They were wanting about 5 to 10% to take this buyout. They're ultimately looking, according to reporting, 30 to 40% reductions within each agency, which I love to hear. But it's a small step in the absolute right direction.
It is. And look, I feel for the people that have to get a new job, but they should have seen this coming a long time ago. And the idea, this is severance. They could have just given them a 2-week notice. This is very generous to have the taxpayers have to pay for 8 months so they can go out and get a new job. This is the right direction. We're $36 trillion in debt. We pay more than $3 billion a day on interest, more than we do on our national defense. We have to cut back. We can't be all things to all people.
And the majority of these people are working from home. These are the real people that are going to be affected by it. They're the ones that are in the federal government who are actually working from home. And they're taking a buyout for the rest of the year, which is 8 months, taxpayer money. We're going to have to fit that bill to go ahead and let them go. But I guess over time, it makes sense. And that's why President Trump is doing it, because they don't want to just have these same people lingering with salaries in 3 digits, because these guys make well over, $100,000 to $150,000 each per year. So it would be a smart move to get them out in the next 8 months. What do you guys think about this buyout?
Finally, it's happening under President Trump, and it's the right thing to do.
Harris, there's this NBC article, and it's about how upset some of these federal workers are, and about this buyout offer in particular. And when you read to the very bottom, I saw this quote, and it was from a Veterans Affairs employee. And I could believe it, but I hated that I had to believe it. Here's what he or she said. "A lot of us are going to stay out of spite. We are here for however long we want to be here. I could be here until retirement in 30 years. The Trump administration is only here for 4.
So that sentiment is pretty bad. It's kind of like when you go to a government building and they're like, yeah, what do you need? Okay, give me the paperwork. Yeah, Oh, what you want for lunch, Johnny? Oh, okay. You notice how they work in these government buildings? Like they make so much money, but they don't even want to be there. It's pretty crazy. See you guys in the comments. We got Brittany said good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, let's get those likes up, everybody. That's right, that's right. He's just trying to make the government more efficient, not taking advantage. We got Batty Lynn said it is cold here too. Where you at, Batty Lynn? Where you at? Where you at? Happy Valentine's Day, Detroit. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. How y'all doing this morning?
I don't think that's the right attitude for any employee, private or public sector.
Well, who told these people that they are members of the U.S. Supreme Court and get a job until, they decide, well, I might want to step down and let the next guy go, or woman. I mean, this is just odd to me, too, because to stay in defiance, many of them reportedly want to work from home. And Trump and others have said, you can't really do some of these jobs from home. So we want to encourage people to come back to the office. That's part of what this buyout is about. So when they say they're going to stay, are they going to stay in defiance of, well, you're not in the office anymore. It's hard to protect your job if you're not coming to work.
Yeah.
Studies have been done. If people don't see you, they don't think about you for promotions, whatnot. But what are they going to stay and do if Trump phases some things out? What are they going to be doing?
Yeah.
Well, not only that, they're going to stay in spite because they know that they're going to be able to get those large salaries. And what they're going to do is just try to, you know how the new sentiment is, less work and just don't work too hard at the job. What's the name of that? It was the little emoji that used to come on. I don't work at all. I don't work at this job. Some shit like that. I forgot what it was a few years ago, where there was like a big craze about people making fun about not actually working at work. I don't know if you guys can help me out with that one, but that seemed to be the sentiment after a while. Like, why work so hard when you're already there? Like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to work so hard? Why you want to do a hard job and work efficiently is because the best efficient work that you do helps performance and it helps the overall government. So people that just want to sit around and not do anything and they feel comfortable in their positions, they're actually just taking advantage. We don't like people like that around here.
We need energy and excitement, Emily. We need people who are wanting to be innovative. And that's why I love the federal buyout. I mean, if you're not happy, if you're just in it for, the salary, go. We will buy you out. We want people who are going to take our federal government to the next level.
And the point is the choice. No one at all rammed an unconstitutional lack of choice down a federal worker's throat. The whole point was if they chose, they could accept it. And the majority of them had retirements coming up soon and made that decision with the blessing of their families as to what's best for them. When I was a federal attorney, I think about how the root and the rot that was so deeply entrenched. Well, this is the way it's always been done. Remember that as Congress has apportioned out the salaries of everyone, there's a certain expectation for productivity. And there's a lot of realms in the government that you might not think can be quantified, but are. So for example, even within the Social Security Administration, there's a certain amount of decisions that have to be pumped out at the appellate level per hour, per day, right? And that's the metric that you can be used for productivity. So Congress said, well, we expect, a quotient of X to be the model here. That's what you guys have to strive for. So how many employees would walk in and say, well, I'm doing what's expected? There was such a large portion of people that refused to do anything more because unlike the private sector, there was no competition.
Boom. That's what I'm trying to say. They're only doing what they have to do, only punching the clock. Nah, we don't need people like that in there. Go ahead and cash them out, give them their bread, and they're going to be straight. We also got this next situation I want to bring you guys up to date on because, yes, just like I said, I already told you what was going to happen in New York State, didn't I? And it's pretty crazy because at one level, you got the governor beefing with the DOJ and being sued. And on the next level, you got who? Eric Adams playing nice with that man right there. Where's he at? There you go. Tom Homan. Why? Because he doesn't want to get them silver bracelets. They took that indictment off of him and told the DOJ to be nice. And I'm telling you guys, I told y'all from the gate, he tried to say, I don't do anything for political gain. I'm not doing anything for personal gain. He's the only only mayor in a sanctuary city that does not have to be subpoenaed, not going to face Congress. Because why? He's already agreed to let Tom Homan come in. We found the information of what the deals were like, what they were saying behind the scenes and all types of stuff. This gets pretty deep. So basically you're saying one thing, Mr. Adams, to the reporters, but when it comes out to what's being said behind the scenes, you guys already know that you playing nice and you're going to let Tom Homan come in here. And that's the only reason why your indictment's going away.
President Trump's illegal immigration crackdown is now taking direct aim
at major cities with sanctuary policies on the books. Borders are Tom Homan meeting with New York City Mayor Eric Adams today to discuss what can be done to help the migrants already in the Big Apple while detaining those with criminal convictions, as Homan has vowed. But this comes as the Justice Department files a lawsuit against the state on similar laws. News Nation anchor Laura Ingle live in New York with more. So Laura, what can we expect at today's meeting?
Hey, Nicole. Well, we've got a packed house, as it were, here on the streets of New York City with a swarm of media all around waiting to find out what the outcome of today's meeting will be between these two. And this has been really billed as a way to find a balance between New York City's sanctuary status and federal immigration issues. Now, as we take a look at what is on deck here, Mayor Adams says that immigrants have always played a big role in building New York City and will continue to be a key part of its future, and New York State as well. But he also says the immigration system is broken and needs fixing. Mayor Adams' team released a statement in part saying immigrants have been crucial in building our city and will continue to be key to our future success, but we must fix our long broken immigration system. Mayor Adams has also been clear that he wants to work with a new federal administration, not war with them. And that work includes meeting with border czar Tom Homan to discuss going after the violent offenders who are wreaking havoc on our streets. But border czar Tom Homan has been very vocal, as we know, about his opposition to sanctuary policies. He wants ICE to have access to city jails so that they can detain criminals before they're released. Listen here.
There's sanctuary for criminals. Let us in the county jail to arrest a bad guy in the safety and security of a county jail. It's safer for the enemy, it's safer for the officer, it's certainly safer for the community. Any sanctuary city that purposely release public safety threats back in the public is stupid.
They're stupid. Just like you said, you're stupid if you're releasing illegal criminals who did crimes back into the city. And again, like I told you guys, Eric Adams needs their help. His back is against the wall right now. He's been indicted. I told you guys it was going to happen. I hate to say I told you so, but then again, I love saying it because I know I was right.
All right, so let's take a look at some stats. New York City has taken in more than 180,000 migrants over the last 2 years, and officials are still trying to figure out how to manage the growing crisis. And as far as we can tell, Nicole, the meeting is still underway outside of ICE headquarters here in New York City. Of course, we'll bring you more as we get it here.
All right, so Laura, let's talk about that lawsuit. The new Attorney General, Pam Bondi, has filed this lawsuit against the state of New York, the governor, and more. What all is in this suit?
This is the separation of government that I don't understand, right? First, you got the governor playing ball. Now, I mean, the mayor's playing ball and the governor's not. So I don't understand how they're going to be able to work this out. We got somebody on this side that's actually in the city, but then the governor, the one that's asking for more funding for the state, for the MTA. But then she said, you know what, since you guys are doing this to me and you guys want to sue me, I'm not even going to go in. I'm going to wait. So instead of her going to Congress where she was supposed to, because she was begging for that money, remember that last week, she decided not to. And now this is what's happening on the state level. You guys heard about what's going on in the city level with Mayor Adams. Check out what's going on the state level now with the lawsuit that's been given by Pam Bondi.
What is it alleging?
Yeah, so we're talking about the green light law. And you're going to hear a lot about that moving forward.
I'm sorry, but this is a smack in the face. This law right here makes no freaking sense at all. It's called the green light law.
As we move through this process, it allows undocumented immigrants to get a driver's license and then limits ICE's access to state records without a court order. And now,
how can you have a car if you undocumented and you illegal and you're a migrant? What do you need with a license? I'm just saying, what do you need with a license? And you still waiting to get your paperwork and your green card and everything. You mean to tell me you can get a license to drive around in the city and move around and you don't even have paperwork yet to live here? Stupid. Sanctuary city laws just don't make sense. So now you got these people moving around doing whatever they want to do. And then again, how are they getting cars? And I'll tell you another thing. At the location where they had the location that they had where they were keeping those migrants at, and they found many migrants that actually had cars here. How'd they get them? Illegally, ghost plates, all sorts of illegal stuff that were going on. So now you're giving them the license to be able to drive around the city in these cars. This doesn't even make sense. What do they need with a license if you don't even have immigration status here?
part is key. The Justice Department argues that this law makes it harder for immigration officials to do their job and puts public safety at risk. One part of the lawsuit reads, and I quote, New York's green light law singles out federal immigration authorities, specifically ICE and CBP, for disfavored treatment, exactly what the intergovernment immunity principles bar. Here's Pam Bondi.
New York has chosen to prioritize illegal aliens over American citizens. It stops today. And what New York has, they have green light laws, meaning they're giving a green light to any illegal alien in New York where law enforcement officers cannot check their identity if they pull them over.
So, New York Governor Kathy Hochul calling the lawsuit a political stunt, saying in a statement, "We expect Pam Bondi's worthless, publicity-driven lawsuit to be a total failure, just like all the others. Let me be clear," Hochul says, New York is not backing down. So now, while the city tries...
What I like about this right here, Joku Hoku, you need your makeup on. Whoever took that picture, they forgot your clown face, but we're gonna talk to them later. What's going on here is now she's solidifying the fact that she's not getting any money. So that's the reason why you got to make that. Now it doesn't make sense for you to go to Washington now because of this stupid statement right here. You're going to beg for money, and then on the other end, you're not playing ball. So and then I know my congestive pricing is about to be deaded. He definitely gonna knock that down because y'all already got beef going on. So let's keep the beef going on, boo. You're doing phenomenal. She's doing phenomenal. Trust me, she's doing well. Keep doing what you're doing, boo. You're playing right into the game that he wants you to play in.
To find this common ground with federal officials, the state is digging into this legal fight. And part of that, we're going to see what happens with Holman and Adams today. And hopefully they emerge with some kind of press conference or at least letting us know what went down inside of these buildings here behind us.
Yeah, plenty of questions. All right, Lori.
So yeah, you on one side, like I said, you got state and then you got the city. The city is over the hump because he got cases. Adams has the case. These two are the only ones that can bail him out right now. She's on her own as well. You can forget about it. I don't know what she's up to right now. But yeah, y'all, like I said, we got a lot to cover. We're gonna just keep it going. What's going on with y'all in the comments? How you guys doing? What's going on with you guys in the comments? Let's see what you guys got to say about what's going on this morning. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. Brittany said, moderator, it gives us a guide for research on what's happening around us. What do you mean? Okay, I don't have no moderator. I have no moderator. Baxter, because they got more rights and can help than citizens. Oh, you're talking about a person named moderator. Got you. Moderator said, I don't get why people still watch the news. We watch the news so that we can find out what they're talking about, and then we investigate even further. Because sometimes we're not privy to what's going on. Just like sometimes the internet may have more information, so we go there. But the reason we watch the news sometimes is just to see what they're talking about, and then we do an investigation to see if it's real or not, and then we make our own assumptions and judgments. And also, we don't beat up the networks, even though they probably SUCK. We just find out what they're talking about, and then we do the same thing. Check the information and see if it's real. Shug Avery P. Wow, they have more rights than legals. Yes, somebody is with me on this topic. I appreciate you, Shug, so much. Batter Janjata. What I don't get is why people want to immigrate to the USA. I don't understand either. Moderator said you're trapped. Brittany said that's so fair to the rest of us. What other country would do that? BS, none. Moderator, you're spinning your wheels, guy. Bye, moderator. Boom. You ain't a part of what's going on, and you're not comfortable. You already got warned by some real co-hosts that rock with me, and when I saw the flag go up, BAM! You don't need to stay. Let's keep it going. That's why I'm saying I got co-hosts that rock over here, and we don't have to say. Sometimes you don't have to say something. You don't have to say it. Once the flag go up, boom, you pay attention, get him up out of here. He can go find somewhere else to hang out at. Let's not feel bad for him. Let's give him a round of applause for the attempt. And now we keep it moving because we got a situation in Southern California where this family was caught up in an ICE crackdown. Why am I bringing this up? Because abuela. And what do I mean by abuela? People keep saying, well, what happens with abuela if there's a break-in or if something happens with auntie? She works, she's been here for 15 years. But what about her? So I have a soft place in my heart for the elderly, first of all. I think they should have a pass when it comes down to certain things. I almost want to say that they should have a pass for when they've been here for 15 to 20 years and they've been good for the government and good for good for the society. The sad part about it is sometimes when they get swept up in these situations because they may be trying to help another family member by getting them over here illegal. But now they have to look at it like you're making it hot for me, or because the ICE crackdowns are happening right now. There's no way that you don't know when they're going to come. They're going to schools, they're going to churches, they're going all over. So I want you guys to check out this Southern California situation where this man and this woman was taking their daughter to school and they got stopped by ICE and they're taking him back to where he's from because he's not legal. What do you guys think about situations like this right here? Is there a soft place in your heart for this, or do you think that people like this should be deported as well?
Of large-scale ICE raids targeting the Los Angeles area are spreading fear throughout the Southland's immigrant community. One local family has already been caught up in the crackdown.
Carlos Saucedo live in Echo Park with the emotional story of a father ripped away from his family. Carlos.
Micah shared the father was taking his 7-year-old son to school here in Echo Park when confronted by ICE agents. He was arrested and is now in the process of being deported back to El Salvador. Tonight, his family, they're speaking out.
You got the wrong person. You got the wrong person.
The morning of January 23rd, ICE agents arrested Giovanni Durant as he and his wife, L'Oreal, were taking their son to school in Echo Park.
He's 7 years old. He has autism. He needs his father. You know, and then for him to see that and witness it, it's like devastating.
She asked that we not show her and her children's faces for their own protection.
They told him he don't have an option to see a judge, and then basically he has to be deported.
She says Giovanni was brought to the U.S. from El Salvador when he was a toddler. The one criminal conviction he had was removed from his record by a judge years ago.
See, y'all fail to realize the part about the illegal part. They said he was brought here at a certain time. Why didn't you get your paperwork done in all of that time? Why didn't you try to legalize your stuff? You got this family that you're building. You have all this situation that they're responsible for. And now, because of the foundation that you've set for yourself, this is what happens. If you build on this, what do you expect? Real talk. If you build on a foundation which we call shaky, what do you expect? And then you want people to feel bad for you. I'm not a person that doesn't have a kind heart. But the bottom line is, and what we're about here, the bottom line is you still have a case to deal with. If I'm walking around with a felony and the police jump out on me and they run my information, I'm going to jail. It sucks, but it's true. You get pulled over for a traffic injunction, speeding or something like that. You give me your ID, sir, you got a warrant. You got to come with us. You know what that means, guys. It sucks, but you're going to go. And how do they do it? Hands behind your back. And them 3 words that you can't stand. Watch your head, because they don't want you to hit your head on a car. Then you're sitting there like this. And you're thinking about all the stuff that you should have did and that you did wrong, right? So it sucks, but it's the same situation. You got to be honest about it. You can't lie about this. I always say it. You can't pour syrup on shit and make it pancakes. As soon as you bite into it, it's still going to be shit. You had a great situation going on, but the underlining was it never was legal. Get legal.
His conviction was expunged, and apparently that means nothing with it.
But he's going to get deported then.
He's going to get deported. There's nothing I can do and nothing the attorney can do.
They've already told you. As the promise of mass deportations ramps up across U.S. cities, protests are also intensifying. Over the past 2 weeks, thousands of LA area students have been walking out of classes, hitting the streets to speak out against President Trump's immigration policies. According to a memo obtained by the LA Times, ICE is planning a large-scale enforcement action before the end of the month.
It's gripping the community. Fear. We're seeing workers not reporting to work, and we're seeing students too afraid to show up to school.
Outside the White House on Tuesday, President Trump's border czar was asked if he was satisfied with the enhanced deportation efforts.
3-time fire is good, but I'm not satisfied. There's more.
So basically you're telling me more illegal people staying home and more illegal people scared. I know I suck, but it's true. Come on, y'all. Let's be real about this stuff. Like, I know y'all like, oh, damn, Bugatti's mean. But I deal with reality. My reality is I want them to go home. Too much resources are being strained, smacking us in the face by taking it from us. And people like myself, they're trying to take my businesses. I work with a business that actually has to do with my hands. And when other people from other countries come over to you, the same way like you guys want them to pick those tomatoes and them grapes and all of that stuff so that we can have a lower weight, a lower pay to pay for vegetables and things, I want them to stop messing around with my business and trying to undercut me and going and saying that they'll do work for cheap and trying to take my accounts from me and here illegally doing that. Oh, papi, don't worry, don't pay la moreno. Yes, the word moreno. Yo habla mucho español. That's what they say about me. Don't pay the moreno. Just pay us a little cheapy, papi. We do the job even better. But I've been doing this for 15 years. So all of y'all that got a problem with me talking about this, people, just don't understand. It hits home for real for me. We're in New York in a sanctuary city. We got migrants walking all around. Got people walking around like, hey, I'll take that job for cheaper. And they're going to take your job. So keep on feeling for them. I feel for you. I think I love you. I don't feel for them. Call me what you want. Get my bags. Meet me at the airport. I might be there. Do me a favor, y'all. If y'all appreciate the content, we got about 400 something people in the building. I like to get to 80 likes and I stop messing with the video. I'm telling y'all straight up and down. The reason why I want to do the likes is because it tells more people to come over here. We get a satisfied good number and we get a lot of healthy plays. And then I get more recognition. Everybody should tell y'all the truth the way that I do. Instead of saying, get the like button, subscribe to the channel. I don't do that. I'm going to tell y'all straight up what it is. If we ain't got no snaps on the petrol, y'all ain't got nothing on the coffee, let YouTube pay me by getting those likes up. That's all I'm saying. Then y'all going to see more people come in and say like, oh, what they got going on over here? And then that makes more sense because now they're sending out the likes and letting people know that we got a show going on. So do me that favor, please. Double tap the screen if you appreciate the content. Thank you so much. Happy Valentine's Day, damn it.
Are criminal aliens that need to be arrested? Hundreds of thousands?
Immigrant rights advocacy groups say there's ways undocumented people can protect themselves.
Especially if ICE comes knocking on your door, you don't have to answer the door. The only way that they're allowed in is if they have a warrant signed by a judge.
And these groups are beefing up their Know Your Rights campaign ahead of these planned immigration raids. As for the Echo Park family, they do have a GoFundMe page set up as a Fight Giovanni's deportation.
Do not donate money to the Fight Giovanni's GoFundMe because it's not going to help. The money will go to that family and help them as they're here if they're still legal, but they're not going to be able to win that case against Giovanni. Don't put that money on that GoFundMe. Trust me, don't do it. It's not worth it. Unless, again, like I said, you want to give that money to the family.
We're live tonight in Echo Park. Carl.
So yeah, this is a big topic. I know everybody has a lot of personal issues about it. They feel a certain way. I like to stir things up when it comes down to this part because it gets the comments going. It gets all the juices flowing. Look at everybody inside of the comments going crazy. So yeah, let's see what's happening. Carlos Santiago, to let these illegals in like nothing is a spit in the face to all the people that spent so much time getting papers and trying to do things right. Please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to this channel. You right here. What your name is? Carlos Santiago. Yeah, you're a co-host, my homie. Please keep on coming back. I really appreciate you. Love from Toronto. We got Mimico. We got Cal. What's up, man? We send our love from the Bay Area. What's popping over there in the Bay Area? What's good with the Bay? How the weather out there today, y'all? Bonnie Hall, how many of these college students voted for Trump? Everyone needs to educate themselves in reality. All right, we got DM, right, balling, LOL. This dude dumb as shit. Bye. Boop, out of here. Boop, can't get with it. Get up out of here. What else we got? Tara SP, wow, Northwest blessed, and you still got the world blessed in your username. What a hypocrite you are. Huh? Okay, talking to somebody else. You are literally paying for Vince McMahon's health insurance. Okay. What else we got? Balling on a budget. He is what you call a dumb, smart person. Dumb as hell, but thinks he's smart. Who that? Sound like you got to go. Got to go. Got to leave here. Woohoo! Yep, we getting them out of here. I'm the worst moderator myself. Don't need no moderator, and I'm the worst troll. If you got head jokes, go ahead and send them over. Anything about Kanye West, P. Diddy, anything that got to do with that, we have the bots up. Any of those jokes, you're automatically going to get shut down. We're going to play some fair ball over here, y'all. We got another clip coming up. Which one is this? This is the one that I love. Everybody come closer to the mic. Everybody come closer to the camera. This is something serious. I'm dead serious right here. I'm not playing no games right now because we're talking about our children. We're not playing about our children, especially when we send them to school. We don't want certain books being shown to our children. We don't condone none of that crap that y'all talking about. You do not send no man in the bathroom with my daughter, my niece, any girl. I don't care what nobody's saying. That's something I'll go to jail for. Don't be playing with that, because when they get in there, y'all don't know what they're doing. All of this woke culture, thinking it's okay to introduce these books and then getting angry. You're gonna have people like me that want to fight back. And parents in certain schools like New York City, where I'm from, we don't play that. And once we do these little meetings and we're sitting down having a town hall and y'all want to have conversations and introducing these books, and we want to know why you got this book in the school with this dude's butt out, or why this dude is over here in leather spikes and all of this crazy stuff, and you're introducing this to children, we have a major issue with that. It cannot be respected and it's not condoned. And on my behalf, I look at it like it's some type of weird double standard. How come we can call it SA or or give it a bad title, but when it's in schools, we can't give it the same title? It's bad. It's not good. I can't even say the words without worrying about what's going to happen. I'm going to show you guys this clip, and I'm going to tell you straight up and down, the parents in New York, they wasn't having it, to the point where the school board had to shut down. They had to get up out of there because people like me wasn't having it. About the children, you're trying to introduce some, yeah, watch this, y'all. Check this out. This is the big, it says New York School Board meeting. There's a New York School Board meeting that ends as a group of parents took over the meeting. Yeah, they was about to get physical in New York, boy. We don't play about our kids. I don't think nobody play about their kids anyway. No state school board. What?
Parents in upstate New York have taken over a local school board meeting,
Took it
demanding
over.
answers over an LGBTQIA+ book being used in elementary schools. The controversial title, The Rainbow Parade, a celebration of LGBTQIA+ identities and allies, features graphic depictions, including a naked figure shown from behind, images of furries, and a gay couple in leather BDSM attire.
No, now, did you see who was walking in that parade with the AO, with the Ills Nas Is Out? Did you see the Is Ass Is Out in that parade walk? You see that?
LGBTQIA+ identities and allies features graphic depictions, including a naked figure shown from behind, images of furries, and a gay couple in leather BDSM attire, designed to encourage students to, quote, break down stereotypes and embrace diversity.
Break down stereotypes and embrace diversity. So when I was little, I seen a book called Caps USA. It was Caps for Sale, right? It's this man that walked through a village and he got a bunch of hats on his head. He walking around, caps for sale, all he doing is selling these hats. I wanted to be like Caps for Sale because I thought that was cool. I'm a little kid, I don't know no better. So what you think they're gonna take off these books? And y'all talking about understanding diversity and acceptance or whatever like that. If you don't teach it to them, they ain't gonna know it. Put them on the football field, teach her ballet. And then we're gonna wean out the other ones and help them how they need to be helped. All of this stuff trying to condition the masses of children with this nonsense, I don't condone it at all. That's when I get hot.
However, many parents believe such content is wholly inappropriate for children in grades 1 through 5. At the meeting in a Monroe...
Not just grade 1 through 5, period. What's wrong with people's brains? Am I the only one going crazy over here? I got to come to the comments because y'all all I got. I'm going to be honest. I got to come to the comments.
However, many parents believe such content is wholly inappropriate for children in grades 1 through 5. At the meeting in a Monroe County auditorium, one parent, John Feathers, sharply criticized the material, saying, quote, if you think that that's appropriate for children to see, then there's something wrong with you, and you need to have a mental evaluation. He pointed directly to the book's images, adding, quote, you can see the guy's butt clearly out, and then there are two guys standing in bondage. Superintendent Tasha Potter attempted to calm the situation by referring to the proper procedures for filing objections, but her comments were met with overwhelming boos from the crowd. One parent filmed...
Think about this. The kid is in the school, and these are the people that have access to teaching them. Kid is in the school more than their home. It's the second home. 8 hours versus 8 hours, right? Except for the weekends. They could introduce this book right to your kid or leave it available in the school right there. When I used to go to the library, that book right there, I'm going to try to read it. It got colors on it. It's people doing stuff. I ain't got nothing else to do. Let me read this. When you read things, you start to, oh, maybe I can do that.
Filmed the dramatic scene, exclaiming, quote, "It's our board meeting. We pay you. You need to have a mental evaluation." He pointed directly to the book's images, adding, quote, "You can see the guy's butt clearly out, and then there are two guys standing in bondage." Superintendent Tasha Potter attempted to calm the situation by referring to the proper procedures for filing objections. But her comments...
Y'all do me a favor. I hate to stop right here, but I want to make sure that them lights up. But this is something that people got to see. It's too many people in here. Let's get these likes up. That's what it does. When you double tap the screen, it gets the likes up so people could come over and they could see stories like this. That's all I'm saying. Then you're going to start seeing people in the comments say, what's going on over here? And y'all are helping to enlighten them. So I don't ask for likes for no reason. I just try to get the light up. I want the flag to go up so people know that we lit. Let's go. Do me that favor. Come on, y'all. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. We got 48 likes right now, and we got over 389 people in the building. So this is how I normally do it. You right there, do me a favor. Double tap the screen. Not everybody else. Don't worry about who else is in here. You right there. You. Double tap the screen for me. I appreciate that right now. Let's get those numbers up. I'm going back to the video.
were met with overwhelming boos from the crowd. One parent filmed the dramatic scene, exclaiming, quote, "It's our board meeting. We pay you."
Yes, we are going to go into a recess. Can I have a motion? Thank you. We are in recess.
As tensions escalated, school officials eventually called the meeting to a close without hearing further public comments. Footage of the contentious meeting quickly went viral, drawing even reactions from high-profile figures. Notably, Department of Government Efficiency Chief Elon Musk shared a brief comment on social media, simply stating, quote, "a kindergartner." The Penfield School Board has not yet issued a response to the incident. This incident has ignited a fierce debate over the appropriateness of school materials and the balance between promoting diversity and protecting young children from content many parents find objectionable.
Many parents that are sensible find it objectionable. Maybe maybe those crazy and those radical people, those other ones on the other side that have those sorts of maybe they have a male head family or female driven family. Maybe they cool with that. But people like us that ain't cool with stuff like that, no. Get that stuff out of our schools. Thank you, men, for teaching us for real. Now show us silly spin, Ellen Julian. What else we got over here? Let's keep on going. We got a lot of comments, and let me read this. It's called grooming. Okay, take 5. It's called grooming, and it's not the norm. None of your parents here have a school like this. Sensationalized BS. That's right, take 5. Thank you for that sensible follow-up. You're a great co-host. Yes, it says Kai. Yes, what he's saying is just not okay, and that is just a show for people to react to, because most public GAY people would not show up to a school like that. Okay, we got Michael. Bro, you're doing real good on them likes, but having to say nothing 10% solid. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what that means, but if you're being real, I appreciate that. CGC Caligula 5150. They both were raised under apartheid and loved it, even trade profit from it. Then you'll understand what that's not on topic. By liking this, we might actually save the planet. Hey, you might. Real talk, you might just save the planet. And Cal, what's that? Cal said the homosexual community has been dealing with these types of people, the hippie movement. Northwest Blessed. What's up, Northwest? How you doing today? Northwest? They are good people themselves, but just as a community as a whole. I don't know what you guys are saying. Let me tell you something about it. You don't push your sexual preference on anybody. You let them decide. And when they're children, their minds are not developed to even understand anything like that. That's why you don't give them responsibility. You don't give them a license at 10 years old. You don't give them certain things that he can't even handle a knife. You don't even let them go around electric cords. How you giving them books like this? Stop playing with me, man. Ain't nobody stupid. Again, you can't pour syrup on shit and make it pancakes, because when you bite into it, it's still shit. Now do me a favor, y'all. Check this next one out, because I know CBS and Paramount, they're like, how is this possible? He's already a billionaire. We thought that he was going to lose. You mean to tell me we're going to literally have to go to court? And this man right here, we may have to give him 20. That's right, y'all. $20 billion because of what we said and the way that we tried to doctor things up to make it look like he lost the he lost the election when we said certain things about him and we spin it. But guess what? We got another offer from another company, and we can't really take that offer until we shake off this problem. So let's try to figure out how we can shake off this problem. First, they tried to dismiss the case that Trump brought against them, and the judge said no. So now it's going to be proceeding. From what I'm looking at, it looks like CBS and Paramount may be settling out of court and giving Donald Trump a very handsome payday because of this right here. Check this out.
Donald Trump's $20 billion lawsuit against CBS and Paramount Global is still standing after a federal judge denied the company's motion to dismiss. Trump is accusing the media giants of election interference, claiming a 60 Minutes interview was deceptively edited to benefit his Democratic opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris. After the full transcript and raw footage were released by the FCC last week, Trump's legal team amended the original lawsuit against CBS for $10 billion, adding CBS's parent company, Paramount Global, as a defendant and doubling the damages claim to $20 billion. Trump's team pointed to the interview's availability on the Paramount Plus app as reason to add them to the case. A U.S. district judge in Texas ruled that CBS and Paramount's motion to dismiss was moot due to the amended complaint, meaning the lawsuit will continue. But the judge emphasized his ruling does not have to do with the merits of the case, but rather official court proceedings. CBS and Paramount have 21 days to file a new dismissal motion. Critics have accused CBS of editing Harris's remarks to shield her from backlash, while CBS released a statement saying editing down responses for a more succinct answer is standard practice for 60 Minutes. Paramount Global is reportedly considering a settlement to avoid a legal battle, especially as it works on a multi-billion-dollar merger with Skydance Media, a merger that the FCC, under Republican leadership, could block.
Under what leadership could block? They don't want no beef with Trump. They're like, yo, you know what? Let's see if we can give him $5 billion and settle him out. They're going to start offering him money. And if you guys notice, you see that Paramount crest on the top of that water tank? You know what that also means? That means Disney, another company that's losing money. They can't afford to lose no money. They're not trying to rile up the situation with Skydance either. So guess what? Let's get this lawsuit taken care of. It's kind of like the perfect time for something like this to happen. That's crazy. So you got yourself in the right position to sue these people. Crazy, crazy, crazy. What we got right here? The lawsuit will be thrown out. Look at the unedited interview. Nothing there. Please look at the unedited interview. Okay, I will. Hail to the king, the freedom effect. What we got, Joe DeMatteo, millions of dollars are not enough to make them stop being garbage journers. He had to bump that S up bigly. Rashido said when? Wow, because they going to WB. They going to WIB. What's good, everybody? What's good? What y'all doing for Valentine's Day today? Y'all celebrate Valentine's Day at all? What y'all got going on for Valentine's Day? Huh? Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. We also got another situation where what the inevitable has finally come. When Donald Trump came into office, he promised that he would do everything that he could in his power to end the Russia-Ukraine war. He just got finished meeting with Vladimir Putin. They came over, they spoke over a lot of different topics. I guess we're tired of funding an annex war, if you really think about it. Ukraine doesn't even have the monetary. We've been funding the entire war this whole time, if you look at it. So what's going on right now is they're trying to find measures to end this war. So Trump urges peace between Russia and Ukraine, and he's really trying to make sure that Vladimir Putin understands that the best thing for everybody to do at this point is to end the war. I think that's a great thing that we all can agree, that this war between Ukraine and Russia really needs to be ended right now because it's been going too long.
Hasn't been set, but not too distant future.
So when a client comes to us with an ask to launch, so what we'll do is
part of that meeting?
We both understand, we know the Crown Prince, and I think it'd be a very good place to meet.
So it sounds like that would just be a meeting between you and Putin and perhaps the Crown Prince, but not President Zelensky?
Probably we'll have a first meeting, and then we'll see what we can do about the second
Did you
meeting.
also commit to go to Ukraine?
What about Ukraine?
Did you commit to go to Ukraine?
No, I haven't. I haven't committed to
Would
go
you
to
go?
Ukraine. I would think about going. Yeah, I'd think about it. No problem.
You say today, Mr. President, that they received your vision. What is your plan to end this war? Like today, Secretary.
Well, I'm not going to tell you my plan. I can just tell you we've made a lot of progress. This should have been done by Biden, not by me, because this has been going on for now a long time, years. And it should have been done by Biden. Just like the young gentleman that I brought home yesterday after 2 weeks. We worked on it for 2 weeks. It was a fine man, and he was in there for 3.5, almost 4 years. And they weren't able to do a thing, and I got him out. And as you know, I didn't pay $6 billion. I didn't pay anything. We did a trade.
So they're doing acts of good faith right now. He's saying that Biden could have did all of this stuff. What do you guys think? I mean, if you communicate more and you're actually doing government, you have a better chance of really getting things done. How come in almost a month time, this man has done so much? Got so many people against him and so many people that don't like him. But the American people are the ones that actually voted for him. So how come he's able to do so much in such a short amount of time?
And we did a good job. We got him out in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It should have been out years ago. It really should have been out years ago.
Oppose NATO membership for Ukraine.
I don't think it's practical
Well, you too,
to have it personally. I know that a new Secretary of Defense who's excellent, Pete, made a statement today saying that he thinks it's unlikely or impractical. I think.
So what somebody said is true. You see what that comment said right here? Somebody said it right here. It's AP. It says, LOL, Trump is nuts. And again, how about the fact that he understands that other countries understand that about him? He knows that. He literally said it. They think I'm nuts. They have no choice but to negotiate with me. That's why he get results. Sometimes you got to put it on somebody for them to understand who you are. You going to give me my people back or it's going down. You going to stop doing this or it's going down. Or we using all the military that we got. And you know he don't play. He gives the military supreme rule. Do what you got to do. You got to go get them. Go get them. And they scared of that. Other countries, their leaders like, I'm not messing with him, just like that person said. Because he's nuts. I'm cool with crazy sometimes. Me and crazy cool sometimes.
Probably that's true. I think long before President Putin, they said there's no way they'd allow that. This has been going on for many, many years. They've been saying that for a long time, that Ukraine cannot go into NATO. And I'm okay with that. I just want the word, whether they are or they're not.
Yeah, because that's a whole nother topic. But when it comes down to what we said, when it comes down to our protection, and when you get a different president, somebody with some spine and backbone that's not falling all over and being led by the minions around him, you get a different result. That's why things are different. And that's why a lot of stuff is changing. We have a lot of pushback and a lot of people that don't appreciate it. But do we care? We don't. What do we say to those people, y'all? Get my bags. Meet me at the airport. I might be there. You know what that's really trying to say? Man, get out of here. Get my bags. Y'all can use that anytime y'all want. All right, high noon on Saturday, the Freedom Effect, what's good, black everything. So I guess when he brings slavery back, that's cool with you. Get out of here, black everything. Charles Freck, Putin is a good guy. What? Don't make me say that. I'm reading these comments. You got me saying all this crazy stuff. What's good, everybody? How y'all doing on Valentine's Day this morning? What y'all, fellas, y'all got that money together for tonight? What's the gift? What's the gift? Matter of fact, you better go run and get those flowers right now if you know what I know. If you ain't get them flowers last night so that when she wake up, they right on the bed. What y'all got for y'all significant others for this Valentine's Day, guys? Do y'all believe in the holiday? Do you actually celebrate it? Let me know what you guys think. Because I already told Cupid, if he come around here, he going to have a problem. Cupid, don't come around here. We got beef. Get up out of here. The last pieces you sent me, they was cuckoo in the head. Get them out of here. Hope everybody having a fantastic morning. I told you it's going to be turned up this morning. We got more to go. We got a lot in the clip. I know y'all don't like it when I say it. Some people don't like it, but double tap them likes because we got the next story coming up because I'm trying to prevent somebody's truck from being stolen. Because these Toyota Tundras, especially in Canada, I told you we go all over. Canada been showing a lot of love. Sweden's been showing a lot of love. Overseas been showing a lot of love. So we got to show some of those clips. But check this out. Doesn't mean that those crimes can't come here. We got a situation where we got some cyber guys running around with like iPads and computers, and they break into your truck, and then they stick the USB inside the lighter area. Next thing you know, your Toyota Tundra out of there. Y'all got to be careful because technology is now the leader. Toyota's finally got smart to these dudes and trying to put some things into play to stop it, but it's a little too late for a couple of people that already got their truck stolen. Don't be a victim. Watch how it can happen. Check this out.
Wave of vehicle thefts plaguing southern Ontario appears to involve a specific target. Multiple Toyota Tundra pickups were targeted in Guelph on the weekend. CTV's Colton Weens now on the latest technology trick that thieves appear to be turning to for these crimes.
You see it happen on television. And now, I'm pretty ticked off.
Mike Kernick says 3 a.m. Saturday morning, he awoke to see someone had smashed the window to his Toyota Tundra pickup truck and was trying to cut through the steering wheel.
I grabbed the phone, called 911, and a flashlight. Walked to the front door, shine the light out at the vehicle, and within that time while I'm talking to the police officer, this scares the guy enough.
According to police, Kernick's vehicle was one of 6 Toyota Tundras targeted in Guelph on the weekend. 2 were stolen, while 4 other attempts, including the one on Kernick's, were unsuccessful.
The market doesn't appear to be local. This appears to be an effort by organized criminals to steal vehicles based on some demand.
Police say total auto thefts are down in the city, but how they're being stolen is changing.
Using sort of a laptop to actually plug into the vehicle's computer and overcome the anti-theft systems that way.
According to police, the vehicles that weren't taken had a brake locking mechanism or an immobilizing device.
Essentially a kill switch, which prevents fuel from being fed into the engine of the vehicle. So unless that's manually unlocked, the vehicle can't be driven. So that's certainly an effective device. Any kind of steering wheel lock, brake pedal lock.
Kernick already had a steering wheel lock on the vehicle and has since installed a security camera on his home, but doesn't feel like he should be responsible for installing any more items to deter thieves.
I would not go to that expense, especially now.
Kernick says he knew Toyotas rank amongst the most stolen vehicles, but feels alone in the struggle.
There we are with no real support, I'd say, from the manufacturer. That's the biggest disappointment. And just that, you grow up all your life in this country and now you don't feel safe.
Toyota Canada tells CTV News it's adapting technology at a rapid pace to quickly respond to new theft methods and tools. Saying in an email, this approach includes the redesign of vehicles to harden access to critical systems and components, the deployment of new connected services like our stolen vehicle locator system, and the addition of new onboard technologies to combat electronic attacks on vehicles.
Electronic attacks on vehicles. So people ain't coming with the screwdriver no more with the boop, 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 boop. Nope. They got the laptop. They snatch out the dashboard, put that in. Next thing you know, your car's out of there. And it's a smart car, but the car's so stupid it's got stolen. Do me a favor, you guys, if y'all appreciate the content, like I always tell you, double tap the screen, because we got more to go. We got more to go, y'all. We got this other situation where this USA hearing, they've been fighting in all these hearings. I told you we was going to turn up today. We had the school board meeting that they turned up at. We had the other meeting earlier that they turned up at. Now we got this USAID hearing where they turned up at again, and it turned physical because they want their money. These people understanding, where are their money? Where's their money at? They want their bread. USAID, once you stop the flow of the monetary coming in and people start to feel it, they get angry. They get angry. Don't tell them to eat cake. They want to eat what they've been eating. Give them their money. So check this out, you guys. This is a USAID hearing that turns physical because protesters started to chant.
Do want to take you out to this shot of the Capitol building here in D.C. as the House Committee on Foreign Affairs is meeting right now in a hearing that's entitled USAID
They wasn't really fighting,
Betrayal. USAID is the United States Agency for International Development, created back in the 60s by President John F. Kennedy, and its role is to provide billions of dollars in humanitarian assistance overseas. President Trump and Elon Musk have said that the agency's work is out of line with Trump's agenda, and the two want to shut it down as an independent agency and might put it under the U.S. State Department. President Trump said the agency is, quote, run by a bunch of radical lunatics, while Musk called USAID a, quote, criminal organization. Today's hearing comes just a couple days after the White House fired the agency's Inspector General, Paul Martin. The day before his firing, Martin's office had issued a flash report warning that the Trump administration's freeze on all foreign assistance and moves to cut the agency's staff had left oversight on humanitarian aid, quote, largely non-operational. USAID states the changes will prevent the agency from ensuring that funding stays out of the hands of violent extremist groups. Now, just moments ago, we actually saw this hearing start, and at that time, it appeared that protesters stood up and interrupted all of this. I do want to play that portion for you right here on Live Now from Fox.
This committee recognizes the...
So yeah, I said that they was fighting, but they wasn't. They just got handled roughly. So don't beat me up. This correctional officer, what they call him, court officer, let's just say he handled them roughly and getting them out of there.
Importance of the issues before us, and is grateful to have you here to speak with us today. Your full statements will be made a part of the record, and I'll ask each of you to keep your comments, spoken remarks to less than 5 minutes in order to allow time for member questions. Hopefully you give us something that more than what we could just read in your opening statements. And I would also ask unanimous consent that the gentleman from Georgia, Mr. McCormick, be allowed to sit on the dais and participate in today's hearing. Without objection, so ordered. I now recognize Mr. Primorak for your opening statement.
Mr. Chairman, thank you for the opportunity to testify before this committee. My name is Max Primorak. I am a senior research fellow at the Heritage Foundation. I previously served at the U.S. Agency for International...
PEPFAR saves lives! Restore AIDS funding now! 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 PEPFAR saves lives! Restore AIDS funding now!
Fight, guys, fight.
News, they didn't realize
Fight.
that PEPFAR was one of the many programs that did prove to be life-saving, so the funding was restored. Somebody better give them a link to, I don't know, maybe Fox News or something like that.
So yeah, they did that for nothing because what they were chanting about was actually already restored. Talk about a waste of demonstration. Now that was a wasted demonstration, you guys, but it's a little bit to talk about. So it happened. Why not go ahead and let you guys see it? Because next thing you know, we got Joko Hochul. Like I told you, she's getting sued for what they're doing with the policy when it comes down to illegal migrants. On one end, we got the state playing ball, and then on the other end, we got Joko Hochul who's pushing back. And the sad part about her is she needs money from Donald Trump. But like I told you, she's not going into the meeting now because once they sued her, I guess she said, "What's the use of me going out there begging for money if they suing me?"
General Pam Bondi put Governor Kathy Hochul and Attorney General Letitia James on blast over the 2019 Green Light Law. It allows undocumented immigrants to obtain a driver's license. Good Day's Haley Fixler is live outside the governor's Manhattan office with more on the legal action the Justice Department is taking and the governor's response. Haley, what's happening?
Good morning, Dan. Well, we're going to dive a little bit more into the green light law in just a little bit, but the Department of Justice is now suing the state of New York over immigration policies. Now, Governor Hochul, she was supposed to head to D.C. today to meet with President Trump, but reportedly after this lawsuit was announced, she canceled this trip.
Exactly.
New York has chosen to prioritize illegal aliens over American citizens. It stops today. They have green light laws, meaning they're giving a green light to any illegal alien in New York where law enforcement officers cannot check their identity if they pull them over.
The civil complaint is against Hochul, Letitia James, and the DMV commissioner. It also alleges that they continue to fail to enforce federal immigration law. Now, that green light law that Bondi just mentioned, again, it is a 2019 law that allows anyone to get a driver's license regardless of immigration status.
Crazy.
Now, Bondi's biggest concern with the law, along with other sanctuary laws, is that it can hinder the efforts of ICE agents.
DMV has this policy known as the tip-off provision, where if federal immigration authorities contact the Department of Motor Vehicles in New York for records relating to someone who's an illegal immigrant, that the New York State Department of Motor Vehicles then notifies that person that these records have been requested.
The reason why we have an issue with this is because there's criminals inside of the state of New York and in the city of New York. There's gang members in the state and the city of New York. Why you want to give them licenses and the options to drive? First of all, they already staying here for free in the nice hotels like the Row Hotel, and then they're getting monetary. Now you're going to give them licenses. Why don't you just buy them cars? My question is, how do they get a vehicle? Half of the people in the city can't even buy a car. Why would they need a car?
A rep for Governor Hochul says only when federal immigration officials have a judicial warrant are they allowed to access the DMV database. Now, Trump ran on his immigration policies, vocalizing a priority for mass deportations and rebuilding a border wall. And now his administration going after states that have sanctuary cities, including New York and Illinois. Hochul says that she supports deporting violent criminals who break laws. However, she says in part, quote, New York is proud that immigrants from across the globe come here searching for a better life. People like my grandparents who left Ireland looking for the American dream. We welcome law-abiding individuals.
People that came, your parents came here. What's the word, the one word that you're missing and that you're crazy as a box of cats that you're not catching? And you're the governor. They came here legally. That's the word. They're illegal and they're draining resources from citizens that could use those resources, veterans as well. You are crazy, and they're messed up by not putting your clown makeup on. You should never be seen without your clown makeup on, ever.
Supports deporting violent criminals who break laws. However, she says in part, quote, New York is proud that immigrants from across the globe come here searching for a better life. People like my grandparents who left Ireland looking for the American dream. We welcome law-abiding individuals who want to work, pay taxes, and contribute to our communities. She later added, New York is not backing down, a message echoed by local advocacy groups who do expect that New York will win in court.
So New York is not backing down, right? So what's going to happen is this. Since you want to fight against Trump and the same administration that you're trying to get that money for the train stations and the congestive pricing, like I said, this is just letting me know perfectly that congestive pricing is out of here. Anything that this lady puts in play because she's not playing ball is out of here. Let's go ahead and wrap her up, please. Let's go ahead and get rid of the congestive pricing situation in New York. Let's go ahead and rubber stamp that, get it out of here because her policies are null and void. And she's really putting the maraschino cherry on top by riling up and starting beef. Yes, we get you have your own politics and your own beliefs. But in order to deal with this administration, you got to play ball and let us get these illegal criminals out of here. They're not asking for nobody else. Let them go inside the jails and get these guys out of there so that they can deport them and get them out of our country. You guys think the same? What do you guys feel about that? The system needs change. It sucks. Obviously, it is. Is it working? We need the labor. AP said we need the labor. No, we don't. We need American citizens to get paid more. AP, please change your mind state, because as long as you're thinking like that, we're going to have illegal migrants here that's getting paid under minimum wage anyway, and they're being taken advantage of. So why you can't pay us right? Pay the American workers more money. I hear you, they're too lazy, but not all of them. All of them are not lazy, buddy. All of us are not lazy. If you pay me a decent wage, I'm picking fruit. I'm picking fruit. Give me some good health care, design something nice for the Americans. Yeah, get them out there. Get some, get them out there. Get some people working. Trust me, I know a lot of, how about this? A lot of legal migrants would like to take those jobs. Legal migrants, the ones that they can't rob. Y'all see this thing on the wall over here? That thing on the wall over there, that's the federal, what you got to, right here. If you got a company, it's called minimum wage, what you got to pay. You got to have that in every business. You see that right there? So there's a certain minimum wage which sucks. There's $12 and some change over there. This is the federal, that's why I look at this every single day. So I know what people are supposed to be getting paid. So now if you pay people right and don't think I don't know what I'm talking about, I know what I'm talking about. Pay American people the decent wage. Bottom line, let the fruit go up. Let that go up. It's going to be better quality food and everything for all of us. Stop trying to say that we got to have illegal migrants working and plucking and picking. Give us the right amount of money. I'll go pluck and pick. Check this out. We got another situation where we got the acting U.S. attorney here. Let's finish this off real quick.
Pam Bondi's lawsuit against the state of New York is as frivolous as they come. The 10th Amendment allows states to create their own laws that allow them to continue to do what's best for their resident.
You got a nice smile on your face. I'm sure you're a Democrat and you think that you got something going on here. All that law stuff sound good. It does. But they need money from the Fed. How about that? That is what we call at this show the bottom line. Because all that hoopla and stuff sound funny. That's the rabbit hole he just tried to put you guys in. That's that rabbit hole. Oh, yeah, it is. Sound good. So you running, you get caught in the rabbit hole. He tried to get you guys caught up in there. But nah, I came to save you. Get up out that rabbit hole. Hell with what he talking about, because they still need that money. So that sounds all good. Oh, we going to do this. We going to do that. But who they still coming to ask for some bread? Gavin Newsom. All of them talking all that junk. We're going to Trump-proof California. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Meanwhile, you still need them. You still need them snaps on the petrol. Yeah, you still need that money from them though, right? So all he going to do is what a businessman do? Slow drip. Slow drip. Slow drip. Play the game as long as you want to. Y'all don't get mad at me. I'm just telling you how it's going to go. Y'all already seen it happen before. Real talk. It's going to slow drip you to death. Mimico, thanks for the information. David Sittler, Trump has a lot of iron honor. What else we got in here? Hell yeah, I will cook a Trump burger with some freedom fries. We don't need illegal immigrants in America. Thank you. All that bullshit they talking about. Trump needs to make a one-time payment offer of $1,000 to all illegal Mexicans. If they line up at the Mexican border to leave, maybe we get 1 million illegals at a cost of $1 billion. Damn, I like that. You know what? Yo, y'all, I got some geniuses. My co-host is no joke. Y'all, you raising sharp today. That dude, Monarch Rescue, that was fire. Why not? I like that. Pay him to get out of here, right? It costs the same amount of money to get people to go after them, fly them around, put them in cars, and put them in handcuffs and all of that, right? Go ahead and give them a rack. Get up out of here. Y'all wanted to find an American dream? Well, for you, it's $1,000. Go to the border. Here go $1,000 US. Go back home and make your way. I like it. I like that one. Bill G, but not here in Houston for $8. They need to raise it is what I'm trying to tell you, Bill. They need to raise it. Caesar Silva, why didn't I get free hotel? Why I didn't get free money? I don't know. I don't know, Caesar. You tell me. You a worse clown than me. Because you ain't get what you said you were supposed to get. You calling me a clown. I told you I was the worst troll, bro. You calling me a clown, but you mad because you ain't get something. Who's the clown, Steven? Burr, burr, burr. Burr, burr, burr. You need to have a big rubber nose on with the red shoes on, Steven. You playing with the wrong one over here, man. Man, I play deadly with the clip with the joke, then, man. Double tap that screen if y'all appreciate the content, because we got a new situation right now with the now acting U.S. attorney. She quit. Why does she quit? Because she had so much against Eric Adams that she just couldn't stand it. She said, you know what? We're about to finish him. We're ready. We got a case ready that's going to be ironclad. The information that we got everything. Let's go. He played ball and they shut it down. She's angry. She quit. She's been doing this for years. I got to be honest with you. If anybody is willing to sacrifice their position at their job, that's because it doesn't feel right anymore. Their honor, their pride and their class, the type of person that they are, they're ready to give it up. Doesn't matter about the amount of money. If she really felt in her heart that what her job was, and she did that job, and she's not being able to pursue to move forward, it's hard to just listen to rubbers, to administration and people that's over you to tell you not to go ahead and push forward with the case, especially when that's something that you're so used to doing. So the acting U.S. attorney, she quit. And it's a U.S. attorney, believe it or not, that Trump put into play. Check this out, y'all. I told you the clip is loaded today. The clip is fully loaded today, and we got a banger. Today is a banger. Let's go.
Breaking news in our Law and Justice League. We just told you about multiple high-level resignations at the Justice Department and the Southern District of New York U.S. Attorney's Office, all of them apparently prompted by the Trump administration's order for a New York court to drop the corruption case against New York Mayor Eric Adams. And now CNN has just obtained two letters. One is the resignation letter from the acting U.S. attorney in New York. The other is the response she got from Trump's Deputy Attorney General, Emile Beauvais. Let's go straight to CNN's Evan Paris. On Evan, just to remind everyone, Nadine Sassoon, the U.S. attorney, the acting U.S. attorney in question, is a conservative, a member of Danielle Sassoon, a conservative, a member of the Federalist Society. She clerked for Antonin Scalia. That's just a little background for people. What's in the letters?
That's right, Jake. And we should note she was put in place as the acting attorney, U.S. attorney in Manhattan by this current Trump team. In other words, they believe she could be trusted to run this office. And now it appears to have fallen apart all over because Emile Beauvais, who is the Deputy Attorney General, he's the acting Deputy Attorney General, had ordered her and her office to dismiss the charges, the corruption charges, against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. And so these two letters here, Jake, are extraordinary because they're part of a spiraling crisis that is ongoing right now at the Justice Department. Not only is Danielle Sassoon, also has she resigned, but also two officials here at the Justice Department headquarters have resigned as a result of what has been going on. I'll read you just of what some of what Danielle Sassoon says in her letter to the Attorney General yesterday. She accuses Beauvais of essentially being part of a quid pro quo with attorneys for Eric Adams. She describes a meeting that happened on January 31st in which she says, I attended a meeting on January 31st with Mr. Beauvais, Adams' counsel, and members of my team. Adams' attorneys repeatedly urged what amounted to a quid pro quo, indicating that Adams would be in a position to assist with the department's enforcement priorities only if this indictment were dismissed.
So she was at the meeting. This is why she's angry. She already knows she had enough on him, but she was with his lawyer and prosecution team, and they were discussing how they're going to move forward. And his lawyer said, you know what? You guys let my client out of this. We're willing to play ball. I told you I was right. I told you I was right. I was right all along. And I'm on point over here, y'all. Tell you something about the bottom line. We ain't no joke. So all we do is go get information. And common sense ain't so common. Common sense. Yeah, 1 + 1 is 2. Don't let them smoke and mirror you guys. Whoever's winning at the touchdown is the one that set it up. Real talk. I told you he was going to play ball. He said, I'm not going to do anything for political gain. I'm also not going to do anything for personal gain. He was in there on the low like, yo, tell him I'll play ball with Tom Ullman to get me out of this indictment because I know they got me.
What Adams and his attorneys were offering was that he would help with the enforcement of immigration activities in New York City, the sanctuary status, all the things that Donald Trump wants, if they drop this case. And
see, I told you, do me a favor, I'm gonna ask again, double tap that screen for all this exclusive content that we got right now. I know that we hanging and banging this morning, y'all. We got it. We on point over here. Let's go.
That's one of the things she makes in this accusation. Now, Beauvais, for his part,
how many sales calls could you book if you sent 50,000 cold emails per month? My man Alex books 200 calls.
We're accepting your resignation. And he also puts on administrative leave the attorneys who are running this case in the Manhattan U.S. Attorney's Office. And I'll read you just a part of what he says. He says that they determined that there was weaponization in bringing this case, Jake. And he says the Justice Department will not tolerate the insubordination and apparent misconduct of immigration activities in New York City, the sanctuary status, all the things that Donald Trump wants, if they drop this case. And, that's one of the things she makes in this accusation. Now, Bove, for his part, responds today saying, essentially, we're accepting your resignation. And he also puts on administrative leave the attorneys who are running this case in the Manhattan U.S. Attorney's Office. And I'll read you just a part of what he says. He says that they determined that there was weaponization in bringing this case, Jake. And he says, the Justice Department will not tolerate the insubordination and apparent misconduct reflected in the approach that you and your office have taken in this matter. So what we know now, Jake, is this. After he had asked for the office to dismiss this case, and she had declined, saying nobody in her office was willing to sign the documents to dismiss the case, what happens next is that Bove goes to the public integrity section here in Washington, and he asks them, go to New York and sign these dismissals. They also declined, and they resigned. So as a result, Kevin Driscoll, who's the top career lawyer in the criminal division overseeing the public integrity section, he resigned today. And John Keller, also the acting head of the public integrity section, Jake, he resigned as a result of all of this.
Damn.
Fascinating stuff.
So you see how many people were willing not to sign that because they like, no, we got too much on them. If you are a career person and doing something, your standards and your ethics kind of it trumps what somebody would want you to do for political gain or for monetary gain or just to rubber stamp something. These three individuals were not willing to do it. They had to get them out of there in order for somebody else to do it. What do you guys think about that? Like I said, I knew I was right. He was willing to play ball the entire time because they had too much on him. And that's why now the city's going to be really open, and all of these illegal migrants, they better be careful because Tom Homan has got carte blanche to do whatever he wants, because if he doesn't, Mayor Adams is going to have problems moving forward. Northwest blessed Paul, he said it would, man. Do your homework. I don't know what you're talking about. Here we go. AP, any other weird, odd questions? Okay, what else we got? Yes, buy food. Okay, we don't need we don't need the labor. This is Joe. We don't need the labor. We need Americans to get off their ASS and work. The welfare system is to blame. You're right about that, Joe. I like that. Paul Crown, Northwest. All right, what else we got? AP, Charles Freck does what for a living? Okay, Jordan, what else we got? I actually have nothing to do with it. What else we got? We got a lot of people talking amongst each other, and let's just keep on going. I'm just wanting to say this. If you've been in business and doing something for such a long time and you pride yourself on it, and lawyers and people that's in a certain job position, and all of a sudden they're willing to quit, you have to look at that as, they have some sort of class and pride for what they have going on. So they don't want to just, I'm not going to just press a button. I'm not going to just rubber stamp. I'm not going to do that because I have merits and I'm standing on my merits. I'm not doing that. So they were willing to take the job loss. I actually respect that. I actually really respect that. Real talk. We also got another situation where Trump signs another executive orders about that word that y'all don't like, that y'all scared of, which is tariffs. Well, guess what? Y'all gonna be even angrier now because there's another word that goes on top of that, which is called reciprocal, which means that they're gonna keep on tariffing to certain countries. So yes, if you guys don't like tariffs, you ain't gonna like this episode, this part right here, because guess what? They're about to make some reciprocal tariffs now, and you guys are gonna hear it right from the man's mouth. Here we go.
Our allies, in many cases, are worse than our enemies in this, having to do with trade. And has been going along. That's why we have a $36 trillion amount of money that we owe. We owe $36 trillion, but that'll come down rapidly. Likewise, provisions will be made for non-monetary tariffs, and a non-monetary, that's where they charge and they do things that aren't, there's no dollar amount, but they make it impossible for you to do business. They do tests on cars, like dropping a bowling ball on the hood of a car, and if the hood doesn't withstand it, which no hood would except for an army tank, then they say, I'm sorry, you can't sell your car into a certain country. That's a non-monetary tariff. So this is in order to take economic advantage. Likewise, the provisions for the non-monetary tariffs and trade barriers that some countries charge And most countries, many countries have something to that effect in order to keep our product out of their domain, or if they do not even let the U.S. businesses operate. So in some countries, they just won't let us even operate there. They charge us a lot, but they won't even let us go in. And then we have many of them. And what our Secretary of Commerce, standing right behind me, Howard Lutnick, what he's going to be doing is he's going to come up with a number that's an equivalent number to that. But in many countries, not so many, but quite a few, they don't let us do business. They effectively don't let us do business. So we're going to put a number on that that is a fair number. We're able to accurately determine the cost of these non-monetary trade barriers, and we'll be able to do that very accurately. It's fair to all. No other country can complain, and in some cases, if a country feels that the United States would be getting too high a tariff, all they have to do is reduce or terminate their tariff against us, in which case we're going to pay the same thing. There is no tariff. So
basically, new tariff practices are about to be implemented. And it's like, if you guys are going to tariff us, we're going to tariff you. A lot of times it's not a monetary tariff. Sometimes, like he said, they may not let our product go inside of their country. We don't want this car. We don't want that. So, okay, cool. We're going to do the same thing to you. And since it doesn't have a monetary value on it, now he has somebody that's going to go and find out what would the monetary value for a tariff like that be. Once he does that, he's going to implement it. Only way to remove that tariff is if you remove your tariff against us. So basically, you play nice with us, we play nice with you. That's it. That's how he wants to play the game right now, you guys. Hope you understand that we really knocking them out the park today. We really doing our thing, y'all. We got this other story right now that you ain't gonna believe. This is something that happened out of Miami. This group was charged with stealing $1.2 million worth of sunglasses from the sunglass hut. You already know I always find something. I always go digging. I always try to find stuff that's relative to what's going on. Theft is really crazy what's going on right now. I don't know what their plan was, but it seems like they had a really good system going until they got caught. And I'm talking about, it was a very shady situation when I tell you guys.
Take a look at this. You're looking at $1 million worth of stolen sunglasses seized in Miami, but snatched from stores in multiple states. Now, 3 Miami men face charges in connection with the multi-state theft ring.
NBC6's Jamie Garola is live at Miami Police Headquarters with how this case was cracked. Jamie?
Yeah, well, an officer got wind of the 3 Miami men arrested in Tennessee. He decided to dig a little bit deeper. Police traced the stolen sunglasses back here in Miami, where they were shipped to from another state. This is a pricey selection of 3,500 pair of legit designer sunglasses, valued at least $1.2 million. They were stolen from sunglass huts in South Carolina and Tennessee in January. The eyewear then intercepted and seized in Miami, where they were shipped through UPS to a home near Flagami.
What our investigators discovered is that 3 men were taking a rental vehicle, driving to South Carolina and Tennessee, subsequently breaking into the sunglass hut and shipping the stolen merchandise.
The 3 men accused from Miami: Alexander Gomez, Xavier Perez, and Lazaro Hecheverria.
Through investigative means, we were able to make contact with the connection that these 3 men had at that local address, and were able to recover what you see here in front of you.
The 3 men arrested in Tennessee and face charges there, but police say more people in Miami could be connected to the scheme and eventually be arrested.
People might think this just affects Sunglass Hut. It does not. This affects every single consumer that goes out there and is trying to buy these items out there.
But I think it really affects the Sunglass Hut and their bottom line and their overhead as well as their profits. I mean, unless they're using the money for other criminal activities that's funding other things, I get that. But yeah, I don't think it's directly affecting the price of all glasses. They just got hit real hard and they don't know what to do about it. And that was crazy, y'all. Gotta tell y'all, that's crazy. $1.2 million worth of shades. Like I said, it was a shady situation. And like I always tell you guys, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Every day we do this. We start at 6 o'clock in the morning. I appreciate you guys. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do. Please become a member because we have a lot of phenomenal things coming up. We got a big talent show coming up in the state of New York. All 5 boroughs, we're going to be doing a talent show in these liquor stores. You may be able to come out and win from $250 to $500. I don't ask you guys for money. You don't really put no snaps on the petrol. What I normally ask you guys to do is give me likes. But you know what I like? I'm about money. So I like to put money in your pocket. So I always tell you, go check that description. Today, that's $500 survey in there. $500. Go fill out that survey. I don't ask y'all for no bread, but I try to give y'all money too. Go look in the surveys right now. There is a survey where you can make $500. What I'm going to ask you guys is, if you win the $500, let me know, because we're going to start a survey list. I want to have with all my winners that actually won money off of the surveys that I put them onto, so I can have a whole list of how many people actually made money off of these surveys. How do I know that the surveys are good? I do them myself. They've already been well vetted, so you guys can feel comfortable doing it. I never ask for something without giving something in return. I work very hard as a man and as a human being, and I hope through the fact that you guys appreciate the content that I bring you, because I take my time doing it. I really make sure that it's all in sync. Sometimes I might mess up, and I'm not perfect. I do not know everything. That's why I have you guys, because a lot of times when I get caught up, I go into those comments and you guys have a lot of the right information and dialogue that we can work out together. That's why I appreciate y'all so much. This show can't work without you. That's why I say y'all the co-hosts. Bottom line is ours. If you got something that's going on as far as an event, a party, if you're selling something, whatever you guys want to promote, send it to me. I'm going to put it on the bottom line community part, so all of us that's here can see what you got going on. Stuff like that is fun to me. It ain't no fun if my homies can't have none, and if we all not talking about how we benefited off of something. So if you guys appreciate me the way I appreciate you, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Y'all ready? Get 'em! 1,